Welcome back to The Other Story. Now, before the break, we were taking a look at the problems that the education sector faces. It's part of the program now that we take a look at the possible solutions. Well, let's now cross over to Islamabad, where joining us from Islamabad is the Federal Minister for Education, Mir Hazar Khan Bijrani. Welcome to The Other Story, Mr. Bijrani. Let's begin with the situation in NWFP. What can you tell us about a solution as the very fabric of education is being threatened by extremism and militancy, bombs, explosions, suicide attacks every day? What does the Ministry of Education have to say for the people of NWFP?
It's very unfortunate, but the government has been very vigilant, and the provincial as well as the federal government. We have taken precautionary measures and also tried to recover and reconstruct the schools that were damaged during this process. So far, more than 300 schools were damaged, and out of them about 117 were girls' schools in Frontier Province alone. But the government has allocated about 226 billion rupees for this reconstruction program, and we are working on a fast track.
Now, there is a similar situation in Balochistan as well, where the problem is compounded with militancy and extremism, with the lack of schools and infrastructure that they already face. What are you doing for the province of Balochistan?
This is specifically a law and order situation, and these are target killings. I really pity those people who are involved in such activities. The correct way is to find solutions democratically. We have tried to tackle this situation, but as I said earlier, this is not a problem of the education department. It is a law and order problem.
Mr. Bijrani, over in the Punjab, the situation is that the government is saying that we cannot provide security for the children. Educational institutions are saying that they cannot provide security for the children. What is the solution?
We closed the institutions all over Pakistan, and the only purpose behind that closure was to ensure foolproof security. Government has taken all necessary measures to ensure the safety and security of students in schools. The private institutions, they were directed to make their own security arrangements because they are charging more than reasonable amount of fees from the students. So it is a continuous process that is going on to ensure that proper security measures, like having the CCTV cameras installed at the entrances, like having proper identity cards for all the students and the staff of that particular institution, and also having security guards and emergency practices in case there is an emergency, what is to be done, training of students, and vigilance.
But you do realize that the situation in Sindh is quite different. Education is under threat in a majority of places due to negligence. There's lack of schools, there are ghost schools, there are missing teachers. What are you doing in terms of improving the situation and the threat to the fabric of education in the province of Sindh?
More than 3,000 schools have been made functional, and we are trying our level best to make other schools functional as well. And as far as the ghost teachers are concerned, yes, there are a lot of reports of such teachers. To deal with that problem, on the one hand, we have given notices to all such teachers, and quite a few number of such teachers have already been dismissed. They've been removed from service. Apart from that, in the new education policy that we have now implemented in Pakistan, there is an idea of having these boards at the local level. These boards would not be the boards which conduct examinations, but these boards would constitute members from the civil society, people who are interested in education, and their job would be to visit schools in the rural areas, in their local areas, and see what sort of problems are prevailing in that particular area.
Well, that's the Education Minister. Education, education, education. That is how Tony Blair, one of the youngest and longest serving British Prime Ministers, set out his policies before he became the Prime Minister. Maybe Pakistan needs something similar. That's it from The Other Story this week. Do write in, as this show is all about your issues. otherstory@dawnnews.tv is our email address. Next week on The Other Story, we take a look at the sugar trail. I'm Osama bin Javed. Till next week, goodbye.